I'm going to turn this garage into a photo studio for an upcoming shoot that I have with a Pee Wee football player. So stick around and see how it turns out. So this is the color I'm going to paint it, Nature Walk. I got this from Lowe's. I also bought their cheapest paint, Valspar. And this is the paint, pretty cheap stuff. It's got primer in it, so it's pretty thick. I've been painting with it for a little bit. So this is what it looks like with 2 coats on. Okay, here's the setup for today. We've got 7 total lights, maybe 8. Here's where I'll be shooting using my 70 to 200 2.8. I currently have it set for my long exposures at 2 seconds, at 6.3 and 100, and even the little small LEDs, which I'll show you in a second, have no problem showing up. Alright, so these are the 2 small LED panels that I have set to 360 to make them red for some long exposures. And you can see that I have them flagged because they were hitting the black background and actually casting a little bit of a red hue, which was really messing it up. Then here's the setup from another angle so you can get an idea of shooting. And I've actually placed a couple of marks on the floor so that they know where to stand.
Okay, so let's take a look at the photos that I was able to produce by basically creating a garage studio. So in the first photo, this one here, which is actually my favorite, this is still with the black wall behind him. However, with the side lights on, I simply moved a red light that was below his waist and I shot that up and to the right on an angle. And that's how I was able to get that gradation onto the black wall. This next one, this is another long exposure using the black wall. I took one of those small LED lights and I changed it to blue because he's got blue and red in his uniform. And all I did was I did the long exposure or shutter drag with a rear curtain sync. He moved, got into the pose, and flash went off. Same thing here. I told him just to step out of the frame. And it should be noted that before you do this, since most cameras aren't going to be able to focus in light or non-existent light, I grab my focus ahead of time, put it into manual focus, and leave it sit, and then that's where those marks come into play. They know exactly where to put their feet and then look at the camera or the light. And that's how we produce this one with the long red streak. This one here is a little different. This is front curtain sync with the black background still. And with this, I took the photo first, and then the photo, it was handheld, and I simply moved the camera up. And so the red and the blue lights on either side created those streaks coming down. And he had this mouthpiece, if you can see that, that looks like fangs, and they're gold and kind of wild. Next, we took the black background out, and this is the gray wall that I painted just for this photo shoot. And there's just a gelled light behind him shooting right into that gray wall. And this one came out really well. Here we added smoke, but we turned the light around so the light is now facing him, and that's what gives it the texture. We tried it a couple times shooting into the wall, and you really don't get that same texture in the smoke unless the light is coming directly through it. And then of course him holding the chains. Once again, we added a little bit more smoke. I kicked up the power on the light here, I think by about an extra half a stop, and then added a little extra in post to come away with what you see there. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was informative, you learned something from it. If so, don't forget to click the like button down below, give me a thumbs up, maybe subscribe, and all the items that I used in the photo shoot will be down below. Until next time, have a great day.